What's up, everybody? YuGiOh101 card review. Here to review a card that is coming in Dragons of Legend, April 25th, 2014. What we're looking at here is Soul Charge. It's a normal spell card. Description: target any number of monsters in your graveyard, special summon them, and if you do, you lose 1,000 life points for each monster special summoned by this effect. You cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this card. You can only activate one Soul Charge per turn. Well, this is going right into the burn build, considering that they don't have to worry about battle phases. You know, I would say that that's a perfect fit. Like I always say, make your drawbacks your advantages. You know, you can cancel out those drawbacks if you're using it in a build that doesn't need what that drawback is asking for. Like for example, you cannot conduct your battle phase this turn when you activate this card. In a burn build, you don't you know, attack anyway. The focus is to use effect damage to wear down your opponent's life points until you win. So I can see this being used in a burn build. One thing I got to say about this card though is that obviously it will be used a lot. Let's not kid ourselves. One reason being because this is like the reincarnation of Monster Reborn, or at least this is the closest thing that we have to it right now. I would say call it a haunted, but that's a trap, and so like this is like a spell card. And like another thing is that when Monster Reborn was still legal and it was still able to be used in the game, a lot of people started bitching because Monster Reborn, like it was one special summon from the graveyard, from either player's graveyard, and at the time it was no need to ban it. But you had people, you know, all over forums saying, "Oh, you need to ban this. Why is this card, you know, still legal in the game?" But you got premature burial banned. Listen, premature burial was banned for some good reasons, and you need to go look at a ban list or some reasons why it was banned. Matter of fact, I'll just tell you why premature burial wasn't, you know, brought back into the game. You notice that these days any card, any non-monster card, or even in some cases monster cards that have effects that can bring monsters back from the graveyard, they have effects that if that card or that monster is no longer on the field, then that monster gets sent back to the graveyard. That monster gets destroyed. Premature burial premature burial in its prime, and the reason why it got banned is that it was pretty much a Monster Reborn that you can only target your graveyard with, but you had to pay 800 life points, and on top of that, it didn't have that side effect where, or like it didn't have that drawback where if it got removed from the field, then the monster that got special summoned by it, like gets destroyed. And you had people that would use cards like Giant Trunade to, like, you have people that would use Giant Trunade to send premature burial back to their hand and just reuse it over and over again. And even though they're only paying 800 life points, it's a small price to pay in the grand scheme of things, knowing that you can just special summon as many monsters as you want to from the graveyard. So that's the reason why premature burial was banned, and that's the reason why it's not coming back. And again, this is the closest thing to Monster Reborn and premature burial that you're gonna get as of right now. So that's some little history for you, for those that didn't know, why certain cards were banned, like premature burial, and why they chose, and why at the time Monster Reborn was still legal. They never considered bringing premature burial back, and they kept Monster Reborn in when they did. At the time they did. Reason why Monster Reborn is going now is because they're bringing in so many new monsters and so many new effects that it would be such an unfair advantage for Monster Reborn to be in the game at this point. It would literally be just too much. That's like the shortest way I can put it. You know, or like that's the shortest version of that story that I can get you. So yeah, you guys are finally getting a Monster Reborn and a premature burial. Like they kind of corrected the mistake with this that they had with premature burial, and they're only allowing you to use one, this card once per turn, or like you can only activate one soul charge per turn, which I believe is fair, because to activate multiples of these cards, activate multiple soul charges, that's like a ridiculous amount of exceed summons and special summons, of potential exceed summons and special summons. So that's it. So Yu-Gi-Oh. So this is this link, the link to this card will be in the description. You guys can check it out, and I'll see you guys for the next card review. Peace.